Hey everyone, welcome, I am MisterBo, and in today's video we're going to be going over some of the brand new changes that came with the update yesterday of 2.4.0. There were some things mentioned that weren't in the patch notes, like a few new shaders, exotic weapon ornaments now being available to preview, and I'm also going to be going over some of the changes to the inventory menu screens and stuff like that. So let's hop straight into it with the brand new shaders. So if you head over to the shader collection kiosk, you'll notice that there is a brand new section called Vendor 2. Now these shaders aren't available in game at the moment, but they will be available to buy from Eva Levante when Rise of Iron goes live. And to begin with, we have the ointment. Now you might remember this shader. This has actually been teased since the Dark Below, the Dr. Crispy 93 trailer showing us all the new stuff in the Dark Below. He was actually wearing this shader. A lot of people were wondering where it is, and eventually we now have it in game, so that is really cool to see. The second one we then have is Stolen Chalice, followed by Barrier Ethos, and then finally another one that people have been wanting to get their hands on for quite some time, Sparkle Pony. So there you have it, those are the new shaders that Eva Levante is going to be selling. Let's go ahead and move on to some of the new weapon ornaments that we can actually preview in game at the moment. So let's start off with the Zalo Supercell here. So the first one we have is Not a Toy, which gives this gun a sort of camo effect to it. Looks pretty cool, but the one I prefer is Shock Hazard, which makes this gun black and white. A very cool looking ornament for these weapons. Now we don't know exactly how we're going to be getting some of these ornaments. We know we're going to be able to buy some of them from things like Eververse, as well as Xur. We don't know if these are also going to drop randomly in game. Moving on, we have the Monte Carlo, which has the Super Spy, which is a red and black skin for it. And then we have Royal Flush, which we've seen in some of the trailers. A very nice sort of gold design with this sort of floral-ish pattern to it. We then have the Hawkmoon, which has got Carrion. And then we have Moonglow, which is a black, gold and white version. Again, we've seen some of these in the trailers. Next up, we have the Mida Multi-Tool, which has a Special Ops, which is probably the coolest looking I think I've seen, a black version of the Mida. And then we have Arctic Survivalist, a white version of the Mida with a bit of camo there at the bottom. We then have Telesto, which has got two as well. We have Queen's Command, which is basically a pink version of this weapon. And then we have probably the coolest of all the ornaments, because it's actually a moving one. We have Lingering Vestige, which has got this sort of blue electric design to it, which actually moves around the gun. Very cool. Hopefully we see some more animated ornaments like this with some of the new exotics. Following on from that, we have the Invective, which has got Storm's Reproach. And then we have Iconoclast. And then the final weapon that we have at the moment, which has got a ornament to it, is the Truth, which has got Heart of Gold. You can have a shiny gold version of the Truth, or you can have Prototype, which is sort of a silver version of the Truth. I think I prefer the Prototype personally. There you go, those are the ornaments that we can actually see on some of the previous exotics that are in the game at the moment. Now there is a new exotic from Rise of Iron, which is actually available in game at this moment. It's called the Trespasser. It is a brand new sidearm. You can unlock it by taking special exotic engrams to the Cryptarch, decrypting them, and you might get a chance at getting this brand new sidearm. I've decrypted 5 exotic special engrams so far, and they've all turned out as 4th Horsemen's or Plan C's, so I'm going to continue trying to get some special engrams and decrypt them to get you some gameplay of the Trespasser, but that also does have 2 ornaments as well. And eventually, when I get some of these new exotic weapons when Rise of Iron launches, I'll do what I usually do, which is go over them, give you guys a look at the perks, ornaments, as well as some gameplay, and give you my thoughts on those weapons. And then the final thing to really look at is the changes they've done to sort of the inventory and menu screens. So if we take a look at my character here, you'll be able to see they've actually sort of tinted the background blue here. It used to be more of a silvery grey, so that has changed. Moving on to what is now known as the progress screen. On the right hand side, we can see our reputation. Down the bottom, we can see where our bounties will be. In the middle, we have our quests. And then to save us some space in our inventory, we now see record books along the left hand side. We have the brand new record book of Rise of Iron. Unfortunately, we can't get into it at the moment, it's locked. But we can see from the preview here, we have the Metaclus Collector, fully charged, and Dragon of the Light, whatever those mean. We'll have to find out later. Moving on to roster, we can see this has changed slightly. So on the left here, we can see our activity with everyone in it. So I'm in the tower, so you can see me and then everyone else in the tower. In the middle, you can see my friends list, and then on the right, it will become available when Rise of Iron launches, but you'll be able to see everyone in your clan. Going back over to the inventory, they've tidied this up a slight bit with an addition of ornaments. As you can see, we have materials here on the left. I can now get rid of those record books as they are on the progress page. In the middle we have ornaments, which include your chromas, but also when you get new ornaments for your exotics, they'll go here. And on the right, like we used to have, we have consumables, and then down at the bottom we have mission. If we head back to orbit and go to the director, we'll be able to see some of the changes here as well. Firstly, we can see the prelude, which is the cinematic for Rise of Iron. I don't believe we can view it at the moment. We can just watch the trailer. If we go to the Earth here, we can actually see the plague lands has been added in. We can't do anything there. We can't go down into the new Cosmodrome or the plague lands. And then the bottom right, we can see Felwinter's Peak. So this is how we'll get to Felwinter's Peak if we want to go there. And then if we head up to the Crucible, we can see that the background has now changed to include some of the new armors. We can see here we have the Trials of Osiris and the Iron Banner armor for the Hunter in the background, and that does change to the Titan and the Warlocks as well. No new game modes or private matches here yet. And then if we head up to the Vanguard, we'll be able to see the new playlist, which will become available with Rise of Iron. And you can see they've also made the Taken War, which is a new Taken King playlist, which will have all of those strikes from the Taken King in it for you to play. So there you go, those are some of the things that have changed and some of the new things with the update that arrived yesterday. Of course, we're going to be getting loads more when Rise of Iron actually launches, new weapons, new activities, and I'll be sure to keep you guys well informed if anything else goes live between now and the launch of Rise of Iron. So let me know in the comments below, out of the ornaments that I showed you in this video, which one do you think looks the coolest? I really like that Telesto one that's animated. Of course, if you guys missed my previous video in which I went over all the new achievements that are coming with Rise of Iron, including a special hidden one, which we actually know what it is, you can click the image on screen or the link in the description below. Feel free to give the like button a big old hug, subscribe for more Destiny content and coverage. Hope you guys have an awesome day, thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.